the dream, don't they? They call it Wall Street Candyland. A place where every ticker is a lollipop and every trade is sweet. But they don't tell you about the cavities in your sanity. They don't tell you that the sugar is poison. Yeah. Staring at the screen, it's another day, another fight. Candlesticks are painted green with the toxic blinding light. Got a parabolic runner, an irrational machine. Everybody's chasing, living out a FOMO fantasy dream. But I see the truth behind it, read the volume and the pace. This whole entire rally's built on nothing, empty space. So I'm aiming for the fall, yeah, I'm betting on the pain. I hit the button, short position, going straight against the grain. Heart is beating out my chest, 100 ticks a second. Every dollar up against me is a lesson that I've reckoned with the demons in the market, with the greed inside the lies. I'm just waiting for the moment that the sugar castle dies. Take me to VW where land, I'm fading from the high. This price is built on nothing but a sugar-coated lie. Take me to VW where land before my profits die, before they hunt my stop loss underneath this blood-red sky. Yeah, this ain't no candy land, it's a war inside my head. Just need that one rejection, leave the bulls for dead. Take me to VW Airland, escape the sea of red. On my P&L is screaming, fill my soul with dread. They're trying to squeeze me out now, feel the pressure and the heat. Algorithm bots are running, trying to signal its defeat. But I'm watching order flow, see the sellers build a wall. They're absorbing all the buyers, getting ready for the fall. It's a psychological battle, more than numbers on a chart. They wanna break your spirit, wanna tear your plan apart. They want you second guessing every move you ever made, till you're chasing your own losses in this sick financial game. But the RSI is screaming that it's way outside the bounds, and the volume's disappearing, making hollow empty sounds. So I hold on to my thesis with my finger on the mouse. This ain't a faded castle, it's a fragile house of cards, a paper house. They call it the magnet, I call it the truth. In a market that preys upon the ambitious youth, I'm addicted to the chaos, the risk and the gain. A glutton for the punishment, a sucker for the pain. This candy land is poison, but I take another bite, just praying I can make it back to safety for the night. And take me to VW land, I'm fading from the high. This price is built on nothing but a sugar-coated lie. Take me to VW land before my profits die, before they hunt my stop loss underneath this blood-red sky. Yeah, this ain't no candy land, it's a war inside my head. Just need that one rejection, leave the bulls for dead. Take me to VW land, escape the sea of red. On my P&L it's screaming, fill my soul with dread. They call it the magnet, I call it the truth. In a market that preys upon the ambitious youth, I'm addicted to the chaos, the risk and the gain. A glutton for the punishment, a sucker for the pain. This candy land is poison, but I take another bite, just praying I can make it back to safety for the night. Take me to VW Wildland, I'm fading from the high. Yeah, this one's for all my bears out there. You see that chart? Going parabolic. You know it can't last forever, baby. There's only one place I need you to go. Listen. I've been watching you since the opening bell, casting your hypnotic green candle spell. You're flying so high, way above the mean, the most overblood chart I've ever seen. I clicked the sell button, girl, I'm shorting you now. I got a feeling you're about to turn around somehow. My stop loss is set, but my heart is beating fast. This beautiful setup, oh, I need it to last. Oh, won't you take me to VW? Yeah, that's where I need to go. Oh, baby, take me to VW. that's all I'm asking for. So take me to the bubbly boy, 'cause girl, I wanna see that profit and more. The buying volume's fading, oh it's getting weak. You're trying to push higher past the morning peak, but those little red candles, they're starting to show, telling me a story that all the bears know. Don't you fake me out, girl, don't you start to squeeze. Just look at the indicators, baby, won't you please? Don't you break my heart with a new high of day. My profit target's waiting, it's not that far away. Oh, won't you take me to the bubble pole?
Yeah, that's where I need to go.
Oh, baby, take me to the bubble.
Bring that price down, nice and slow.
See the seller stepping in, knocking at your door. Just a little healthy pullback, that's all I'm asking for. So take me to the bubbly boy, 'cause girl, I wanna see that profit and more. The buying volume's fading, oh it's getting weak. You're trying to push higher past the morning peak, but those little red candles, they're starting to show, telling me a story that all the bears know. Don't you fake me out, girl, don't you start to squeeze. Just look at the indicators, baby, won't you please? Don't you break my heart with a new high of day. My profit target's waiting, it's not that far away. Oh, won't you take me to the bubble pole?
Yeah, that's where I need to go.
Oh, baby, take me to the bubble.
Bring that price down, nice and slow.
See the seller stepping in, knocking at your door. Just a little healthy pullback, that's all I'm asking for. So take me to the bubbly boy, 'cause girl, I wanna see that profit and more. The buying volume's fading, oh it's getting weak. You're trying to push higher past the morning peak, but those little red candles, they're starting to show, telling me a story that all the bears know. Don't you fake me out, girl, don't you start to squeeze. Just look at the indicators, baby, won't you please? Don't you break my heart with a new high of day. My profit target's waiting, it's not that far away. Oh, won't you take me to the bubble pole?
Yeah, that's where I need to go.
Oh, baby, take me to the bubble.
Bring that price down, nice and slow.
See the seller stepping in, knocking at your door. Just a little healthy pullback, that's all I'm asking for. So take me to the double pie, 'cause girl, I wanna see that profit and more. Yeah. They call it the magnet, the line of control, where institutional money can make a trader whole. I ain't asking for a crash, I ain't asking for the floor. Just come back to that average, and I'll be out the door. That volume weighted price, yeah, it's looking so sweet to me.
Come on, baby, sell it off.
Oh, bring it down, bring it down, bring it down for me now. Oh, baby, take me to the double me. I gotta cover my short, don't you see? Oh, I see the seller stepping in, knocking at your door. Just a little healthy pullback, that's all I'm asking for. So take me to the double way, 'cause girl, I wanna see that profit and more. Take me there, baby, oh, to the VW ring. That beautiful golden line on my screen. Come on, just a few more ticks, yeah, that's the way. Let me see that.
Traders, can we hear? All right. Guys, we got a good one for you today. Uh, I want to see that profit and more, baby. We got the party going on tonight. I was playing that song for my wife earlier, and I was telling her, baby, I want to see that profit and more. And she was like, what's the more? What's the more? And I said, use your imagination. I'm used to saying good morning in chat, so that's what comes to mind. But good evening. Good evening. It's been a while since we did a Friday night live stream. I'm so excited for this. You're gonna learn a lot tonight. We've got a mystery guest. So in the comments, let us know who you think that mystery guest is going to be. I'm about to introduce him here shortly. Before we introduce him, I'm going to get Fades on here. Fades is here for the party as well. Mr. Fades got Rose. Is that what I'm saying?
No, this is my other cat. I have two, so this is Taffy here. She's my big girl.
How many kitties you got?
I just got two.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just two. Yeah, so guys, join in the funded party. I mean, very excited. This week's been very volatile for me. Monday was absolute disaster, and then yesterday was great. Today, I first day on the funded, red day, $50. It is what it is. I wasn't forcing trades. I didn't see the setup, so moved on and moved along. But we're going to get a few different accounts going. I love Fade's approach with just work several different accounts and get payouts weekly. Speaking of payouts, guys, we got somebody else in here who's been getting the payouts rolling. He's been an integral part of the green team, an asset to the green team. Not just that, but an asset to essentially to the music industry, to the trading music industry.
Yeah.
Mr. Perfect Fall in the building, adding them to the scene. How are we doing, Mr. Byers?
How's it going?
I'm so excited to have you on here. I actually have your chart, Mr. Perfect Fall, pulled up here. He's leaving. Wow, already. Oh, you got your puppet dog. Man, his or her name?
I had to upstage Fades.
Oh, I see it. Yeah.
His name is Louis.
That's crazy.
Louis.
He's
Man.
slightly larger than your cat.
Yeah, right.
Than the both of them. I love the professional setup, by the way. Got the nice mic and camera going on. This is good.
Yeah.
So I wanted to spotlight your chart, if that's okay, Perfect Fall. I threw it in here, and this I'm going to add it to the scene. This is your chart from your beginning of your trading career until here recently, right?
Yeah. So I started. I've been like off and on dabbling for the last couple of years. Really, like back in May, where this started, was when I really started kind of taking it seriously. And it was a little bit before that, actually. I started before I started tracking everything, and I pull all of my trades into TraderView, which is what you're looking at now.
Nice.
I started like dabbling in some option stuff and on Webull and losing a ton of money. And then I moved over, and then I was like trying to do like I realized options weren't going to be a thing for me. So then I went to, and I found C-Pro, or I found C-Meg, went over there, and that's when I started tracking everything. And then went okay, like for a little bit I was doing super small, and then I tried to size up, and then as you can see, it could kind of just nosedive over the summer. And then towards the end of the summer, I started to feel like like in July, you can see it started like curling back up. It started to curl back up. It started to get a little bit figured out. And then
it's straight up. I mean, you got a lot figured out.
Like the end of July. I mean,
I'm shorting that. I'm shorting that before you're ready.
Which one was it, bud?
What was it?
Was it a treasury pump or offering pump? Which one?
No, so say like if you look at the end of July in that chart, it's like it starts to go up a little bit, and then it goes back down like towards like July 28, like or August, I guess. And then
Yeah,
and then I started I felt like I was getting figured out, and then I had a couple bad days, and I started like getting back up again, and then C Pro commissions hit because like those first 3 months you don't have to pay commissions,
Right.
and C Pro commissions hit, and then I was like, I have to start like sizing up to account for that to make more money because I wasn't making any money off of that, and then I moved over to TTP, and that's when I moved over to TTP is when that started happening. I got funded. It took me like I think 3 evals before I got funded on my 4th ever eval.
Nice.
Okay. And then after I got funded, like it like started just going pretty well. The one spike that usually is just a straight line. That was a pretty lucky play. That was, I think it was only on 150 shares. I made like, I think nearly $2,000 on 150 shares.
Long.
I went long on one of the warrior plays.
Nice.
I got over. I think I got nearly $12 a share on that one trade.
Dude.
Do you remember the ticker?
I can find it. I don't remember.
You're good. I mean, you're good. But
yeah, that was that one spike. But like other than, like even outside of that one line that's like straight vertical, I guess like you can see like it turned pretty. It's turned out pretty well, and I did have a not great week this week overall, or like 2 days. I was red 2 days, but the 2 red days overwhelmed my 3 green days. But it is what it is. It happens. It's just part of being part of trading. It's
you've definitely, I mean, found an edge. I mean, I want to speak on that a little bit. So things changed when you went over to trade the pull. I mean, did you change did you change your strategy? What happened there?
So I don't really think I changed my strategy too much, but I started getting more comfortable with it. So through like when you're looking at that, right? So when you're looking at that chart, like through June, like through the end of June, start of July, I was really only taking longs, and I probably got like here like a lot of people did, and like finding the Bun Man's videos and trying to replicate that strategy, and it's not like he's very good at what he does, but it's not profitable for a lot of people, and that's has got me. And then so I was like, hey, this clearly isn't working taking the longs, right? So how do I find something that works? And I'm like, every time I take a trade, yeah, exactly. Like press the other button, right? Like every time I push this button, money goes down. So, and that's how I actually found your videos was, I was trying to figure out how to short on C Pro, and you had a video on it.
Okay.
Or on something like that you were shorting, then I joined a live stream or something, and I asked, and, so, and that's how I found your videos, and then the live streams was because I was trying to find out or figure out how to short on C Pro. But I don't think really I've changed my strategy so much as like when I was still on C Pro, like in July and August, it was doing pretty much the same thing, but much smaller size. And then because my count that I was using was a lot smaller, and then trying to account for commissions. So like I feel like I started to figure it out, and I feel like I'm doing similar things that I was doing in July in August, just with bigger size now, or like I guess not a whole lot bigger, but more comfortable sizing. And when I do have those red days, it's not the end of the world. And I'm like, I think like right now I'm on track. I only have, it's the 26th, right? I have 2 red days this month.
Nice.
And they've both been this week.
That's awesome.
They've both been this week.
Yeah.
Wow.
This week got choppy. Yeah, this week definitely got choppy at times.
So it's been pretty good. Yeah, I don't really think I've changed a whole lot. I think I've just gotten a lot more comfortable with it and seeing the setups better. I think when I first started it, even if I was like sizing out smaller, I was still like pretty new to shorting at that point, like back in late July, early August. And it's like the setup, like it wasn't when you're looking at the other side, right? Like you have like you see them when you're longing too, but you're not really paying attention to it. And then so when you flip the other side, you start like focusing on shorting, then it becomes an entirely different thing. So yeah, that's kind of how I.
Yeah, thanks for sharing. Thanks for sharing all that. I mean, that's very insightful for the guys. So mainly, are you shorting now?
Yeah, I'm mainly shorting. I'll take if I see something like there's been a few this month that have been like, okay, this is not like this is gonna go, and it's pretty obvious, and like it's just like there's a lot of times like you see if like you're looking at like a descending triangle or something, like you're like, okay, this is about to drop, like this is pretty heavy, you know it's gonna go down some. So it's kind of like that. It's like every now and then you see a play, even though like I think, let me see if I can see if TTP will tell me. Okay, so yeah, on my funded account, I've taken on this since I've scaled, I've taken 74 shorts and I've taken 14 longs. So
Nice.
I definitely more short bias, but there's been a few where I'm like, okay, this is pretty obvious what's happening here, and so, I'm gonna take advantage
Fades
of that.
Also, I'm not sure if you know, but Byron actually scaled his account, and yeah.
So, what as far as like your trading goes, do you have like certain time frames that you stick to and that you don't trade? Like, how have you adapted with that?
Yeah, so that's like I'm still working a full-time job, so like I have a 1-year-old, and my wife is not a morning person, so I have a 1-year-old every morning, and I'm trying to work, so I tend to stick to pre-market. I actually like a while back when I was still on CPRO, I told Kevin about this when I had actually emailed CMEG and told them to block my account outside of pre-market.
Yeah, I think I mean,
so
that was good.
And then that like I wanted to like I think it was actually on a message you had sent, Phase. It was like trying to stick to like the pre-post market, and I was gonna try to do that, but like CMAG they can do is like they can restrict you to certain like one certain trading window, but they can't do like two. So you have to just pick one, right? So like I picked pre-market, and then like at 9:30 my account was disabled and I couldn't trade anymore. Which was helpful for that, but then when I started once the commissions hit and I like had to size up, and I'm like, I can't, my account's small enough, like it was still small enough at that point that I couldn't comfortably take more size without risking too much.
Yeah,
right?
you needed like more setups to work.
Yeah, like, so like you have
the process,
and you have commissions, you have ECN fees, and you also, since you're on you're on not TTP, you have locate fees, and the locates, like you could have like a really good trade, like a really good setup coming up, and you're like developing, you see it, you put in the ticker, you locate it, it's 50 cents a share, like, and then you like you get in that like, and this is what got me a lot is that like you see that, or you take like, even like I gave myself a rule, like I wasn't going to take any that were the locates were more than 15 cents a share, because like when you see that mentally, it's like, okay, I have to at least make $15 if I want to take like if you take like 15 cents a share, 100 shares, which is the minimum. You can't borrow less than 100 shares. You have to make a minimum of $15 or whatever. So if you take 1,000 shares, you have to make a minimum of $150 on that trade to break even. And that really messed with me.
the psychology, like paying for those locates on top of it,
Yep.
it just throws everything off.
There's
It's
a
like,
minimum
this-
barrier or baseline that you have that
Yes.
you think you have
So
to make, and
even
then you
with the
swing big.
70-30 split, even with the 70-30 split, like you're not paying for a lot of the overhead. So it's fine. It
Yeah.
seems okay. It seems reasonable, right?
Yeah, it's definitely like I feel like it's definitely helped a lot. And like I recognize I don't even know if TTP actually sends any of these trades to market, or if they're just paying us based on the funding that they got from their route or their funding rounds. But so like I know it's it's different, but being able to short like anything pretty much without having to pay the locates helps a lot. And
oh yeah,
I think like once you get to a certain point, it probably is like makes sense to go off of it, but definitely not at that point yet.
yeah, it's very scalable.
Yeah.
Right.
Very cool. Yeah, Dylan, appreciate the comment. And he's heading over to CMEG actually right now. I know a lot of traders are jumping over there for small account challenges. Yeah, CMEG is good for that with the 6-to-1 leverage and locates and all. We're at TTP
also
as
super
well.
shady having to wire your money over to that.
Yeah, the game is going to change a lot as they change
Did
regulations.
the SEC? So you said the SEC approved that? Did they?
Next
Did
summer,
they?
yeah.
They SEC approved it. Okay.
Next, I'm pretty sure, or it's like up for a vote and it's expected to pass. But it looks like next summer they're lowering the PDT limit to $2,000, which effectively eliminates you needing to have to go to. I mean, you don't get 6-to-1.
What's going to be interesting, is the margin. Like all the brokers are going to be competing for everybody. So they're like the margin requirements are all going to be different. They're like, we have 10-to-1, we have 6-to-1, we have 20-to-1. They're all going to be fighting back and forth. It's going to be
might
mayhem.
have to
It's going to
sharpen
be
our
mayhem.
swords. We might have to get ready for a bull rush in that time.
Oh, absolutely! Like the pumps next when this goes live are going to be nuts.
Yeah, so we're always adapting.
They're going to be swinging. They're going to be swinging.
Yeah,
a lot of people are going to lose a lot of money.
Oh, it's going to be disastrous for new traders. It's going to be disastrous. But yeah, I mean, it's certainly going to add volatility. So for those that are experienced to know what they're doing, it's going to add volume and it's going to be helpful. Right. And the backside bandits like we are, we're going to be taking advantage of those like we're not, y'all have fun front and side. Who cares what happens front side? I'm going to be ready to hit that PEPG backside and ride her on down, dude. It doesn't matter how far they pump up. So we're just going to have to learn to be disciplined enough to kick back and wait for those setups to develop. And that's a lot of the discipline. So, Mr. Byron, I know it's being the first stream here with the Green Team, so happy you agreed to join us. So how do you go about managing the risk on some of these plays that you're taking, like predefining that? How do you go about that?
It's kind of been like a developing thing. Like,
okay,
I don't know that I have like. It's not good, but
is it a dollar amount, or do you start with feelers? Do you have a dollar amount in mind?
Kind of a little bit of both, right? Like depending on what I'm doing. Like today, today I took yesterday I took a payout, and I didn't have a new account set up because I was waiting for the payout to go through, but I still had like $100 left in my funded account before it was going to get shut down. So like this account, like I'm like, okay, I only have $100 to work with. I can't take big size. I'm going to blow it in like 4 cents of movement against me. So I'm like, okay, I'm not going to risk more than $10 a trade. And I wait for setups that look good, that I like things that are like going to look, or looks like they're about to like looking heavy or whatever the setup is. And I'm like, okay, I'm only going to give this like I think I was saying like 50 shares. I'm only going to let this go like 10 or like 5-10 cents against me before I'm out of this. Like this is, I'm only going to take things that I have a very high level of confidence in, because I don't have any room. Yeah. Or I don't have any wiggle room. I can't really afford
margin for error, really.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like it has to be kind of thing.
Yeah, only A plus setups.
Just
I
because
have
of the
no.
scaled account, right? I mean,
Well, it's
looking
because it's because
That's
I
interesting.
took out with the scaled account. What they do is, so like say on your funded now, your funded account, you make it to, I don't know, the level is like 2,500, right?
Yeah,
Um,
profit target.
the profit target's 2,500. So what happens when you hit that 2,500 is they disable your current account, they create a new account, they take their 30% cut of that 2,500, and then they roll over the profits from the 2,500 minus 30% and put it as credits on your new scaled account. And then I can actually, I don't know if I can share.
yeah, there's a share screen button.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can.
Interesting.
Very interesting. So I know that was the dilemma you had this past
Yeah.
week, right?
So I,
Believe
can,
I
think
feel
I'm
so
sharing it
silly.
too.
The whole time I was thinking I had to hit that second target to get paid. I was like
Yeah.
so close too many times on a funded account to hit target, and like
Oh
the
no.
target psychology again screwed me up
The
because it's like
target
I already got
psychology.
one target right. Now I'm at the funded. I'm almost at this funded target, and it's
You
like
degen.
Okay.
Let me know when you're ready to share. Okay, here we
Yep.
go. Yeah,
I'm
give me
sharing.
spotlight.
Okay. So I have this. This was my original funded account, right? I know
Oh,
it's
it looks
not.
so good, dude.
This
Yeah.
is
So
that was my
clean.
eval. This was my original funded account, and this was like this first drop here was a first payout I took, and then the second, and then I had this was the C or so the ticker was CWD, and that's the straight line up from like 2,500 to 27.
that was a washout or you wrote it up.
I wrote it up.
Okay.
It was
Yeah,
it's on a different window,
CWD.
but I got it was I got
yeah, that was a big mover.
20 from $25 a share to $42 a share. So I guess like $7 or something like that. Anyway, so what happens is so I hit this 2,500, right? Or I actually hit 3,200.
Right.
And what they did was they disable this account because you hit your profit target, and then they
Okay.
spin up this new account, and it's not going to show any right now, but or actually does because I haven't removed it. But like you see, like in this 28,000 is actually $1,700 of credits.
Okay.
That's the that is the amount from the first funded account that they pulled over.
It's your profit.
It's my profits from the first account, yeah, minus their cut. So those credits have already been approved by they went through risk because they're they had to go through risk to scale the or to it goes through risk when they want to scale the account, and then they take their 30% cut, and then they create the new account, and then they roll over those as credits, and then those credits become your max, or like that becomes your max loss. So the most you can lose is your own money. You can't lose their money anymore.
Right.
So that 1705.57 is now my max loss too. So like I can't lose more than what I've pulled over. And so like I had some pretty bad days Tuesday, Wednesday, and I gave up. I was doing really well, and then I built up that $1,700 plus. I think I had another $1,800, and then I gave it all back this week. But then what I did was I was like, okay, I'm gonna start fresh. What I want to do is I want to start basically from scratch. I'm gonna take out because I went basically back to zero or like to even on this account, and I took out just my credits. I took out those $1,700 and took that as a payout yesterday. And that was a little bit less, but it took me basically to level on this account. But so that's kind of how that works. But that's why I have like nothing left. So like if I didn't take that out, I would still be at 28 something because it's your new initial balance, which is after the scale is 26,250 plus your $1,700 credit or whatever your total is that they've pulled over. So I would still be at like this 28 number, but this is kind of messed up right now because they denied my payout even after they've already pre-approved it, which was super frustrating.
Oh god.
And so they like took it out of my account, but then they put it back in because they denied it, and then they paid me out anyway. And so they still haven't updated my account, my portal.
Why did they deny it?
Because at the time, which I'm really curious about for the max account for you, Kevin, because like so on funded flex accounts, you still have a best trade profit limit, and you have these minimum trade rules and profitable days that you have to stay within those barriers to be able to take a payout.
Right.
And at the time when I requested the payout, I think my account was like minus $45 because I guess I really, like you see it, like I had a really bad couple days, and went way until I bought through a daily pause, and it was not good. And so I was like minus $45. So I'm like, my best trade profit limit's negative technically. Like I'm in the red. I've cut into my own credits at this point. Because I'm in the red $45. So like my best trade profit limit was negative, but when I went to submit the payout, they emailed me and said my best trade profit limit was 52%. Like that's not possible. Like, I'm negative $45. How are you going to tell me that my best trade is somehow over 50%? And then so I fought that and emailed them back and forth a while, and then finally they were like, oh yeah, I see now that you're only withdrawing the credits that you were from the first, or like that you carried over from the original before I scaled it. And like, yeah, like the best trade doesn't apply if I'm only withdrawing the credits, because that's all that's there. It's effectively no trades at that point. If you're only withdrawing the credits, but then it leaves you with I think if I hit 20, I'm up 140 now off this 26,250. This number isn't accurate. If I go, so if I lose like $140 now, I think it might be a little bit higher than that, but it's like if I lose like 140, $200, this account's done. Which I understood when I did it. I was gonna use the payout. So I think it ended up total actually hitting my account was like a little over $1,600. If I was planning on using that to buy a new eval anyway, but today since I took the payout, so yesterday, so 20
trade
at
BIAF, you degen.
Yeah, it actually went. Pretty well. Like it was really small size. Like I'm only on.
You were still. I
was like 100 or at 50 shares. 100. Yeah, the BIF is like really good. But like since I took the payout, I've only had 2 losses. So I like the small shares, like the sizing down. Like so, you see, like I
see what you're saying. Like you totally.
I took the payout. I sized down massively.
I see where you did.
And then like right here, this line starting the 25th or starting yesterday, I've only taken 2 losses in actually my last 2 trades. But like you can see before that, my tilt day.
Yeah, that was smart though. So yeah. I was kind of wondering your strategy there, but basically what happened is you kind of felt yourself going on tilt, and you're like, I've worked so hard for all this.
I didn't want to give back any. Like I already bought through a pause, and I gave back more, and I'm like, okay, I need to stop, take the money that I've made, and start fresh. Like my plan. I didn't even know that there was going to be money left in my funded account. For me to even trade with, and I saw
just sacrificing that, just wiping it out.
I'm like, I will sacrifice this funded account. I'm gonna open, like I'm gonna come back on Monday because I thought it was gonna take like 2 days for them to approve, and it was gonna. So I was gonna and then I was gonna get the payout, and I was gonna come back on Monday and start a fresh eval, fresh mindset. Like I knew I went on tilt. I broke all of my rules. So my plan was to come back on Monday with fresh eval from the payout, and not lose this money that I had already made and that had already been approved. I didn't want to give any of that back, but it left some in this account. So I've been able to trade a little bit, but like 50 shares at a time, and I'm making $20 a trade. And
you're trading $100 account now, or
pretty much. Yeah. My whole, like on this account, my goal right now is just like 50 shares, aim for like $15 a trade, and try to give myself some buffer room before I can try to take
Yeah,
more
like
size
wait
again.
for
But
A plus setups because like we talked about
yep.
working multiple accounts. It's really
Yeah, then
optimal.
and then I'll have on Monday, starting on Monday, I'll pick. I think I'm gonna do a 50K max or something,
Yeah,
and also work that eval at the same time. Or like this one, I'm like, it's gonna be super small. It's gonna be a grind to even get this back to something that I can actually trade with.
right.
If I'm
That you
only
can
doing
mark
like
and
20
build.
bucks at a time.
Yeah, that's kind of just frustrating to trade $100 account after
Yeah.
you know. But that's a. I mean, I really respect that.
Yeah.
That's a lot
Yeah.
of discipline. Um,
What didn't
yeah.
feel like it at the time, but
Well, yeah, I
you,
mean, we all have blow up days, but to recognize it, to protect yourself, to do the smart thing, and then to have the discipline to size down like that with consistency and and prove to yourself that you know
yeah,
what you're doing. Like you're fine. You had a moment. We all have those days.
that's
Um,
been a
reflect and
thing.
grow, right?
Yeah, and that's been a thing with me. Like every time I have those blow up days, the next day I'm like, all right, reset, size down, and I'm like, and then I do well. Like
Mm-hmm.
the thing is
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
seeing. I think
Mm-hmm.
the issue this time was I had that really big day, and I saw that big number, right? And then you go back and like, okay, and then and that was, and then I don't remember like what happened, but like I had a couple big trades that were like big for me, at least at the time. Like I hadn't had a whole lot of really large trades, and then it's like for this account, $1,500. Like I had to. That was before I scaled too. So like um, I had to. That became my best trade profit limit, and that's why I had to hit $3,200 to scale instead of 2,500 because I had to hit that 50% mark to even scale it. And so like
Mm-hmm.
I saw the big number, and then in my head I'm like, oh, okay, I'm gonna start swinging, and then you go red, and then you're red, and you try to like get your money back. And then you go more red because you're taking setups that you're not taking the A plus setups. You're taking anything
Uh-huh.
that's coming along. And so like I was right there. Like Kevin, you had that on Monday. I was like, that was my Tuesday, Wednesday, like Tuesday and Wednesday. Like I'm like,
I know.
I think
You
I texted him
messaged
like
me. I
I'm just
felt
trading
bad
to
for you.
trade at this point. Like
Yeah. I
I'm
mean,
not thinking
and us as
clearly.
traders, like like
Like
when I
lose
saw those LAC trades, I felt it. Like we as traders, we know what's going on here. It's like we see
Yep.
those LACs, we know the tilt's on. I had that tilt on Monday. It absolutely sucked. And just like you said, I mean, it's like I broke my rules, and it's so disheartening. It's just so gut wrenching. It's like, why did I do this? I spent $30 to like reopen this account just to go on tilt and lose
Yeah,
more.
and that I think that was also part of my issue and why I did like I went so until Tuesday, Wednesday is because Monday I had a bad day too. But I bought through the pause and I hit a big trade and I got it back. And that set a really bad precedent in my head
Yeah,
that I'm like, okay, now I did that. And then I can do that again for sure, right? I have a bad day, I hit max loss, I buy through it. Oh, now I'm down
double
$1,000.
max loss. Now
Yeah.
what? Right.
yeah,
It
yeah.
happens once and like, okay, I can keep doing this. Like
I
that's
think I
it's
went over
not.
that this
We learned
morning.
on that.
Yeah,
Several-
we're
Yeah.
results oriented. It works the
Yep.
first, like it should not work the first time, because it's just
Yeah,
gonna
if
you're
it
gonna
wouldn't
pay
have
for it
worked the
later.
first time, if I'd have taken that max loss and I wouldn't have bought through it on Monday, I bet Tuesday, Wednesday would have been fine. Like if
Yeah.
I never hit that where
Mhm.
I hit max loss, I bought through it, I hit a big trade to win it back. If that didn't happen, I bet I mean I would have had a pretty big day, or a max loss red day Monday, but Tuesday, Wednesday probably would have been fine. It's just that I hit that and right after a few like 2 weeks ago hitting that it was CWD. Yeah, and after hitting that big trade, like okay, I've got the like I'm in a swinging mindset and then
Mhm.
I'm not thinking
Dangerous.
clearly.
Dangerous.
I'm not taking
Dangerous. I know
The
all about
DGen
that.
demon coming out. The DGen
I know
demon.
all about that, my friend.
Yeah,
yeah.
we know all too
Yeah.
well. Yeah, but I mean, excellent work kicking it back in. I feel it because Monday I was right there with you. I'm like, I could hardly escape like just the hell that I was in, that I broke the rules. And then I, like you, Byron, similar to you, I said, Kevin, just focus on tomorrow. You're probably just going to hit $100 and some day, and it's, just, it'll be okay. Just focus on a few days like that. And here we are, funded,
Yeah.
and I did that 3 days in a row, 150, 150, 150, and here we are,
Exactly.
funded. So, yeah, I think it's, for the newer guys out there, it's important to do that. Like, stop swinging for the fences and
Yeah.
trying to get these things funded in 10 trades and focus on, the series.
Yeah,
of
that
trades.
was also the, like I actually got funded sort of on accident the first time, in that I was trading this eval at the same time I was still trading in C Pro, and I was trading the eval as kind of a straight just degen eval. I was just swinging big, and I was like, I was like, in my mind, I was like, all right, my C Pro is my real money, and I'm not gonna risk much there, and then I'm gonna go to the eval. I can't lose anything. Like, it's got it's an eval. It's an eval. I can't really lose anything. Like, I'm just gonna get it out of my system, get the degen trades out, and then
If you ended up being profitable.
ended up working out somehow. But like, once I started working them out, I'm like, okay, this is actually legit, and I can actually make money on this. And I'm like, I'm not, C Pro is not going well just because of all of those factors we already talked about. So it's like, all right, well, I'll just focus on this, and actually pulled everything. Like, I pulled my C Pro, like I had the C Pro membership, and so I paused that. So I'm not just strictly focusing on TTP now. Like how I'm assessing risk is like I was saying, like for this right now, it's a dollar amount where I'm like, I'm not going to give back more than $10 because I don't have that much to risk. And then, but otherwise, I think it's kind of, I kind of trade like a couple different ways. Is like I'll scale into things sometimes if I think that if I have the time to go back and look at past chart history and see where we're probably going. Like, if we see like a smaller ticker that's topped at like $4 every single time, then I know we're probably going to 4, then I might scale but we're already up like 100+%, right? So I'll take a feeler, I'll scale into it, and then like if it keeps going, I'm gonna take a small enough size that I'm okay with it going against me a little bit, until it gets to that level, and then if it keeps going against that level, then I'm gonna get out of it. But I'll like take it, and I'll take more at that level, but then have a really tight stop right after that level. Where I'm not going to let it keep going against me, but I'm going to scale into it up to that level, knowing it's probably.
Do you set hard stops or mental?
In market hours, to point, like I always do hard stops. I can't do mental stops. If I do a mental stop, I'm giving it like, it ends up going like $3 against me every time. It doesn't work. Like, I'm like, well, this is totally turning around this time, right?
I'm glad I'm not the one.
No, I'll see that, like, and that was a problem. Like, so I trade a lot of pre-market, and like I didn't like, even until today. Like, I think you guys are talking about, but I didn't process that if you set it to use stop limits in the settings of the trade, that you can actually set stop loss in pre-market, and I didn't know you could do that. So like, it was all like, so I was like, that's actually a thing I actually figured out today, or found today. So I'm gonna definitely take it, because all pre-market, it's all mental, right? And I've had so many that I'm like, I can't stop. I don't trust that's why, like, when I was with C Pro, I refused to let myself trade market hours at the time. Like, I don't trust myself.
Good for you recognizing that, because I recognize it too. As long as I've been doing this, I'm like, the more euphoric they get, the more I'm salivating to short them. And so my tendency is to just size them and take a bigger loss, and I cannot.
Some of my biggest losses though have like been on trades that been pre-market, couldn't use stop, or like I didn't know you could use stops, or couldn't use stop at the time. I was sleeper or whatever. And then I got like one of the I think the toughest things for me to date trading small caps on the short side is seeing those tickers pop up and then instantly I'm like, okay, I'm gonna get in. And I
You
get
just
in way
get
too early.
Yeah, you're just
Yeah, I'm just
before the Warriors even jump on
yep.
it. Yeah.
I'm like, oh, I'm first on. Like if I was first on, like if I would have taken a long there, like I'm the first one in. Like I'm the first one. Like I can't be the first one in short. That's not smart. Like,
Right. Yeah, somewhat like when you're watching the scanner and something pops up real quick and you just hit it a little, and then all of a
or like
sudden
I've had
like,
a couple. I've had actually, and part of the problem, part of the biggest problem. Yeah, Apple, you can. Part of the biggest problem with trading is just is having success on things that are not sustainable. Because if you have a success on something that's not sustainable for a couple a couple times, either once or twice, then you think you can keep doing it.
Mm-hmm.
You can't. That's not going to work. And so I've had a couple trades where I'm like, I see something pop up, and I'm like, okay, this feels. I don't see any news. It's not the lowest float. I think this is going to immediately reverse. I jump in, instantly get 50 cents a share.
Right.
Like it pops up, it drops right back down. And I've had a few of those. And I see those. I'll see one of those set up again. It's like, but I don't have Bloomberg terminal. I don't have the news instantly. So I get it. Like I see that, and it's like, okay, I don't see news. It's a decent. It doesn't look like the float's not super low. I'm gonna get in. I'm gonna get right back out for 50 or however whatever. It's gonna drop immediately, but then it keeps going. It's like it dropped up 60%. I thought it was gonna immediately it didn't. It keeps going, and then I'm in super early. I don't have stops, and it keeps going.
Something like I've recognized too, like with my trading is like, that's why the hangovers I try to size more because I am convicted to hold those long. But some of the other ones, like I'll take the euphoria, Byron, and I will not give them enough room to work. Like I'll immediately take the profit like that, and then and so the risk reward doesn't pan out. It just doesn't work. Like I'll take massive losses. Like I did on Monday with some, whatever ticker was pumping in after hours that day that Sykes pumped up in his chat room. And I take a massive loss there. Versus and not stick adhering to the risk, and because normally with those euphoric plays, like I'll take them even break even. Like I'm not looking at the big picture. I'm not too convicted with them. That's where the hangovers kind of pay out for me. And I know Fades is the same way. Like he'll be convicted on plays and work them like whole big picture. But I mean, sometimes they don't work, and that's okay. Like Pep G didn't work out today, but I'm sure Fades and I are going to be stabbing at that on Monday. PEPG. So yeah.
How do you feel about the rules going forward, Byron? Have you had any issues lately? What are your thoughts on what we have to
So my biggest issue with the rules, right, is that one, it makes it really difficult. It's not that you can't trade pre or post market. It's not even that you can't trade hangovers pre and post market, but you have to dynamically size based on a 1 minute candle. That's so tough. Like you got to be, especially like now it's normally not a big issue for the post 7 a.m. There's typically enough volume that I'm never going to take trades that are like, I'm not taking, or I shouldn't be. I have, even this week I shouldn't be taking 2,000-3,000 shares a trade at 7 a.m. Like where the 5% rule could come into play. But before that, and you have to go having to go off the 1 minute candle, find the volume, find 5% of that volume, and then set your share size, and have to, I don't know, those things can move so quickly that it's nearly impossible, or you just miss it, right? And I've had when they tried to deny my trade, I went over into the Discord and I got lit up some of the TTP members in the Discord for trying to deny me my payout. But what I found in there is that they have they implemented these rules and didn't train the risk team or like have much internal communication on that, because there's a lot of people that are complaining that the risk team is invalidating trades when something moves 5% versus the 5% volume rule. So they're interpreting it as a 5% volatility instead of 5% volume.
I need to go look at my trades.
Because so like they're completely, like their own team is completely misinterpreting that rule that they've put out, and it's caused there's a lot of people that were in the Discord that have been complaining about that. And like, if you like, you're like, it shouldn't be, right? It should be the 5%. Like that's the correct way to the correct thing that they put out, but their own risk team is misinterpreting it and invalidating trades. But I think like overall, like I get it. Like, don't chase things. Like, it shouldn't be anyway. But it's kind of hard. Like,
I'm thinking about it all, and it's like at the end of the day, it protects you in a sense, right?
It does.
It makes you respect the tape. Like you have to, but at the same time, it adds another whole component to it all,
especially
right?
in small caps where the percentages are so tough to read.
Right. Well, with the evals, since the 8%'s not on there, I mean, you can chase. Like we see fades in the morning scrambling.
Well, but the thing is now with this new rule, though, I'm a little worried because I mean, unless like I was talking, like unless it's like the king of the day, like the hangover plays, for example, like one of the hangover plays that we liked didn't even have a trade for a minute, so it's like we can't take that. And like post market trading.
Well, we can on the funded. We can on our fundeds. The three of us are funded,
right? So
that's important. Because we certainly want to maximize those hangover plays. But yeah, on the evals, is simply put, I mean, some of these small cap plays, when they're seeing a lot of weakness down into a halt, I mean, that's when you're going to want to get aggressive.
Yeah,
there's an edge,
well, I mean,
there's an edge there.
It's so tough on small caps for the 8% rule because the numbers are so tight, right? So like you're not talking like if a large cap, if Nvidia goes from 120 to 125, right? Like that's not enough to trigger anything. That's 1% maybe.
Right.
But when something like we might take a trade on, like goes from $1 to $1.08, that's 8% almost, and you can't trade it. If it goes from $1, if it goes from $1.08 to $1, like you can't trade it, and that's chasing.
That could happen in 1 week.
Yeah. So like that's so tough, and like in figuring out, like you kind of just have to take what you think and just accept that they're going to invalidate some of it. And it's like, because you don't have time with small caps to try to do the math.
How much volume has been traded? How much volatility is this done? I got to get 10 cents. It can be overwhelming. So I'm hoping that they kind of adapt and kind of work with us a little bit, because the reality is they put both of these rules on us within the last week or two. I mean, let's face it. So this is a big thing to adjust to. I mean, so for someone like me who scalps like these micro plays, like they're basically telling me to get out of town because they're like cutting into all my edge, essentially. So I really have to adapt depending on which account I'm on, the funded or the eval. But I'm staying positive, and I mean, I love challenge. Obviously, I've been trading for years. But I'm not going to lie, it is a little kind of overwhelming now, and I'm definitely adapting and churning in my head how I want to move forward.
So. Yeah, I agree. I think it definitely makes it tough, and like especially when it feels like everything that they do is to make you like not successful.
It's I mean, I can look at it from both sides, right? Like the 5% volume thing, like, I mean, if we're trading a big cap or something, it doesn't matter. But with these small caps, sometimes we just don't have that liquidity.
Yeah.
So it's just to say, okay, you can't ever take those trades. Like that's a big deal. That cuts into the edge a lot.
Yeah. If you're looking at like, yeah, on the hangovers, like if you're looking at like a QMMM or whatever, right? And it's been sitting at $100 for a few days, but no one's trading it. Like this thing could move, but you can't take it. You
Hmm.
can't, because no one's trading this. It's just sitting there. There's no volume here. But at some point, someone's gonna sell a bunch because they're like, oh, this isn't moving anymore, and it's gonna drop. But you can't
Yeah.
do anything.
But
Perfect example. I mean, this morning I woke up and to the new rule, I had $900 and 3 trades removed, and that was because I took them post market, like late into post market when there wasn't volume.
Yeah.
So they invalidated them, and it's like
Did you?
I worked those into the next day. Like I held them for hours. Like, and you guys took that from me. Like,
Yeah. Did you? So one thing that I would encourage is that a lot of people that were like in the Discord would say, um, had screen like basically like if they invalidate it based on that, push back and ask, like you don't even have to like say like ask why they invalidated it, because they had like it's on them to prove what you did incorrect. So like
mhm,
it's their job then to go and get the screenshots. It's not on you like to do that. Like it's if they want to invalidate, like okay, why?
mhm.
It's like, and then if they show something that's like okay, like you've got it, like if they're misinterpreting the rule, then it'll show when they come back to you with a screenshot that makes no sense.
Yeah, and my biggest issue, bro, is the fact that they don't invalidate it immediately.
Yeah, that's
Like
tough.
like the 10 cents they don't invalidate. The 10 cents we know, right? Or the
Yeah,
halt rule, and like most of the rules they tell us and they read it out. But to come back days later or wake up with an email saying we took $1,000 of profit from you for something that happened days ago,
yeah.
like that's painful. Like
I
that's
I think
like
it's
that
got to
kind of tilt,
be.
that tilted me. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I think it's got to be because it's so new. Like they have that data. Like they can do the math. Like from a technical point of perspective, like I'm a software engineer. Like I know, like you have that data. Like you can do that math to invalidate that right now. You don't need someone from risk reviewing this. Like if you're implementing it correctly,
Mhm.
but they didn't. What they didn't do is implement it in a technical way. They implemented all these rules in a subjective way, where
mm,
I don't. My starry.
Yeah, me and Kevin drinking at the same time. Sorry, bro. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Yeah, they implemented these rules in a subjective way. And Apple's right. Like there is some benefit to it in that like there is a subjectivity to it. Um, where like someone like maybe Kevin did take that trade right out of a halt, and they're like, okay, but he's been profitable, like like he's been profitable consistently
Mhm.
over time. Like we're gonna let that slide. Like
Right.
there is some benefit to it, like Apple just pointed out, and it's just yeah, it's super frustrating when it
I,
does go against you, and like
I honestly think that's what happened with my eval here, that I got
And
funded. I mean, because
it is.
certainly I made mistakes,
Yeah,
and I guarantee you I broke
100%.
something along the way here. But they probably saw this and said, you know what? Because
Mhm.
I read the fine print. And they said it's at their discretion, like Byron
Yep.
said, whether or not
Yep.
you know they want to just push you towards that funded stage, essentially where they're a booking you and they're taking the trades alongside of you, copy trading, because they see, okay, this guy's making money. He's not. This is not like a home run trader. It's 230 trades. We're not. This is not 10 trades, and we're gonna. At that point, you can understand where there would be discretion. Like, okay, we're gonna
Mhm.
invalidate some of these trades. Like this, we don't even want to a book this guy. So
Yeah.
right? So that there is some discretion. That's what I read in the fine print as well. They can essentially be subjective with
Mhm.
it. You can break the rules, but it's at their discretion whether they want to push you forward and a book you or not. That's my understanding, at least.
yeah, and some of these trade like these rules, like are there, like I just posted, like are there to protect you to an extent, right? Like
Mhm.
most
Right.
of the time when you chase, it's gonna be bad, but it's also like that can be an edge, right? If you see something that pops or that is going one way and it's gonna keep going, then like chasing can work. That can there can
Mhm.
be edge there. So like it feels like it's specifically there to not make you succeed, but like it also like most of the time that you chase, it's not gonna work out. So like it's
Yeah.
gonna pop right back up against you. So
Right,
like
and if you're trading their money, I mean, do they want to chase? You know,
yeah,
that's the
they
thing.
definitely don't want you to.
And
Yeah.
and
Right.
also generally, you shouldn't be more than 5 or 10% of the volume in a minute alone, right? But
That's
when
the weird
we're
thing.
trading certain stocks at certain times,
Well, they
it's
implemented that rule apparently because of the feedback and criticism they got over the 8% rule. And so for the evals, they got rid of that 8% rule on the volatility and implemented something else, that 5%, on the
Yeah.
volume. So
yeah. So now
That's
one
the
account has 5% rule, the other account has the 8% rule.
Yeah, I think that
yeah.
they're monitoring the 5% rule for a little bit and then they're going to like fully implement it on both and remove the 8% at some point, I think. Or I don't know. I was reading the
Okay.
Discord and they were talking
Yeah,
about it,
because
but
it kind of is backwards to me, right? If like
yeah.
they're actually because they want to protect their own capital, right? I mean,
Yeah.
that's we're trading with their money, right? So it seems like it's kind of backwards almost, like the rules. Like the 5% should be on the funded account because
You'd
the
think, yeah.
5% rule basically forces you, like someone said, to just go super small size because you can't be much of the volume, so you have to be a baby in the you know.
Which
Yeah.
I feel like on like a 25K isn't like a huge deal to go small size, but like if you're trading 100K or even a 50K, like what's the
That's gonna
point?
make a huge difference. Like
You
it's
can't
gonna
take
be
big size.
it's gonna
Exactly.
be problematic on the hangovers if they implement that on the funded accounts. I can already see it. I mean, it's because there's hardly volume, as Fades pointed out. There's hardly volume on those plays, which is honestly part of the edge. Like that's what I want. I don't want there to be volume on this
Yeah,
ticker.
we're shorts. Like we like when it's sleepy. We're shorts. So it's like
Yeah,
everything's kind of. I don't like to be negative, guys. And trade the pool has been great, but it kind of feels like things are stacked against us as penny stock
Yeah.
shorters, right? As a
That
penny
like
stock short scalper, I feel like everything's stacked against me at this point. Like, but I'm here for it, and I'm gonna push, and I'm gonna do what I can. But you know,
Yeah, I think like it's definitely like it's still been like for me at least, right? For me, it's still beneficial like where I can get in this funded account, like I can even if it's not even I'm not getting like it's a 70-30 split and there's all these rules, it still allows me to trade in a way that I would not be able to without it. Right? Like if I was
Mhm.
just if I'm on if I like I start like on if I reopen my Webull account right now and like I don't have the capital in there to even I'm either trading small size in a cash account or I'm trading 3 times a week. Uh,
Right,
or going to C Pro and then you have to deal with locates and commissions and
small account kind
a
of.
small
Yeah.
account anyway, so you're still taking super small size.
Hmm.
So
Yeah, so that's the thing. The reward is there. And that's what I always talk about because, like, 70-30 profit split on endless returns for $100 investment is
yeah,
what you're looking at.
yeah.
And that's why we're here. And that's why we're still hyped about the situation, right?
Yeah.
yeah, and I've tried um futures. I've tried that like uh like the what am I I've
For
tried like doing the evals for futures and stuff and I'm like I can't that's not my thing. Like
Yeah.
I
I've
can't
always
just
been
sit there and
trying
watch waves all day and it it, it just is not something that I could find edge in. It just didn't work out for me. So like I've
that.
found what I'm decent at on these small caps on the short side and this is the only place right now that allows you to do that decently well, even if there are a ton of rules against you.
Hmm.
Or I mean, like again, like it does. Some of them do help you. It just
Right.
feels in the moment when it invalidates you. It's like, oh, this isn't there to help me, but some of them are to an extent, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, it's been so good for me just to reflect on. It's like a mirror. See where you're doing good, where you're performing poorly at. Trade the
Hmm.
pool's been excellent for me as far as that goes, and then honestly, just having the freedom and flexibility to trade how you want without having to press locate this, locate that, and fee this, fee that. I've thoroughly enjoyed it, and clearly to the point where we're funded now, and I think all of us are, through some of the things where we're working through, and I'm sure things will get better along the way. We're excited to get some of those larger accounts, 50K, 100Ks, and work those because we've been seeing success. I mean, the three of us have gotten funded. Both of you have gotten payouts. We're finding success. We're finding success here in a way that you can't really find it elsewhere.
Hmm.
Yeah, it really is just like the only game in town right now for something like this. And I'm sure eventually there will be others, but
Hmm.
like Futures has Apex and like all of the different uh prop firms as well as
Right.
like trying to think of. They have all the different prop firms for futures and all that stuff, but like for equities, it's pretty much it.
Yeah,
Mhm.
exactly. So, that's why we're adapting together. We've done great together, and we're helping each other out and like bouncing each other's ideas off, like the stop limit thing or like the payout stuff. It's like little things, like all these little things add up. We're just helping each other out in many ways. And yeah, it's been a great few weeks trading with Kevin live. And yeah, because I mean, trading's a lonely journey. Like I've been doing this for 5, 6 years, just solo dolo. So it's cool to like meet other guys like y'all that have been in the journey. Like Kevin talks about, like no one gets it like another trader, right?
Yeah, I've like since I really started taking it seriously, but earlier this year, like I've been in and out of a few different chat rooms. Like I paid for a couple months. I did the warrior thing, and I was in that chat room. I saw that, and
We
I've
need a
done
spy
that. Like,
in there though. We do need a spy though. Someone needs to keep a subscription. James,
that's
where
an
you at?
expensive spy, man. Like
Yes, sorry,
dude, the
Oh,
worst part about it is that
yes, well,
his day trade dash software is really good.
get over here.
the
That
what?
was the day
Oh
trade
yeah.
his software that he built, like specifically for his strategy,
Uh
it's
huh.
really good.
Huh.
Like it's fast. Like you get audio alerts every time something's popping up, and like it's dinging in your ear. And it's like, okay, this is moving. Like I can get in. It's really good, but I think like it's
That's his
nearly
news. So, it's a news
yeah.
bot.
So it's
Interesting.
his news. Like the news feed is fast. So what it does is like when something's moving up, um it'll like if it meets a certain criteria, it'll ding a bunch every time it moves up an X number or X
Hmm.
percent, and then it
Okay.
has like a little thing, and you can see if it has news or not. Really quickly, like every other like one
I'm
of the
listening.
reasons that I originally moved off of Webull was because their news feed is so slow and
Mm.
you can't see like every time I was like, I'm not getting the news update for like 15 minutes after the news hit. I'm like, it's moved, it's gone, it's back at zero. By the time that I got this news, this company has been delisted, right?
But again,
Right.
I mean, as far as the fundamentals go, it's like we're reactionary anyways. We used to trade the news as far as they came out with positive this or that, and it's or Bitcoin this or that. What the C
Yeah.
pop? We're planning on getting 1,000 Bitcoin this year, and then
Yeah.
we saw
Yeah,
it. Bit,
yeah,
dude.
Dylan. Like Dylan said, day trade dash it's good.
Interesting. Probably, especially for
It's just
longs, right? Like
yeah,
especially
especially
longs.
for longs. Like that
Interesting.
is like if you're on the short side, it's not as helpful because like short side, like most of the time we're trying to wait for when the
Yeah,
move is
we want to give
finished.
it time.
We don't want to get in. Like it's burned me a few times. Like I'm like, oh, this is moving. Get in on the short side, and
Right.
that's not where you want to be. And like it's like it's almost detrimental. But if you're long, like there's not much better. Like, but it's so expensive. It's like $200 a month.
Oh my
And that's
god,
just
dude! He is just swimming in it.
Yeah.
But he still travels out of that van, pumping.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like it's very good for that strategy.
Oh, man.
And if you're trading that strategy, there's not much better. But there's a price tag on it.
Pricey
And
for that strategy. But again, yeah, it's like just react to after the fact, after all the warriors are in it, just jump in short.
that's for us, like on the short side. Yeah, Dylan, if you're a member, if you paid the member thing, then it's 147. But if you're not a member, it's 197. But yeah, for us, like you don't need that. You need something like just a scanner that's like top gainers right now. And
Yeah. I don't
like
I got Thinkorswim and
it's
Momo
just a simple
screener.
process, like rinse,
Simple.
repeat. You know,
Simple. Very simple. Just see what they're pumping up, keep it on watch for many days, and short them down. I mean, it's you don't need to pay a ton of money per month for it.
Yeah, I use like TradingView for most of what I do, and then I use Zendu scanners in the mornings pre-market, like his YouTube stream.
Yeah,
which works pretty well. Then you're having to type all over the place, like type ticker names all over the place, but it still works pretty well. And TradingView, like the thing I like about TradingView is just like the customizability of it that you can't do on a lot of different other. But the scanners are not great.
the volume candles are cool.
Yeah. Yeah. I wish that TTP would have TradingView charts.
Yeah, I don't even. My chart on TTP looks so silly. Like it looks like I don't even know what I'm doing because I just use Webull. Like I have my order book, my time and sells, and then my like 4 charts. So I can flip through the different time frames there.
The most annoying thing for me about TTP's charts are that if I'm looking at the TradingView chart or even a Webull chart, and then I look at the TTP chart, the VWAP price is very often not the same.
Okay. Yeah, I was wondering if that was just me or not. And
sometimes it's really far off.
Maybe I didn't set this right. Okay.
Which one's right? I don't know.
Yeah,
I'll be like, it's right on VWAP. It might crack, and then I look at the other
one. It might be 50 cents away.
Shit.
Who knows?
I'm like, actually, we're way off on the other one. Yeah, I've noticed that too. Probably the thing for me is like the spreads. That because I use Thinkorswim charting, and then of course TTP. But Thinkorswim, I do pay attention to the spreads. I'm like, I want to know what the accurate spreads are here, and I pay attention to the spreads, and they're oftentimes.
I get burned by spreads so often. It's not funny because I pay no attention to the spreads.
Yeah,
like I jump in and I'm like, oh, I'm all of a sudden down. Like I'm down 20 cents before I even started.
As evidenced by today with Peppa Pig G. I know you got kids too, Byron. They're probably watching Peppa Pig, so that's I don't know.
She's a big Bluey fan.
Okay, so. Bluey. Okay, Bluey Pig G. Peppa Pig G. Yeah, that thing dumped down to like 250 and popped up, but we get those liquidation sweeps so much, and by the time the $2,000 is the PDT level next summer, we're gonna get liquidation sweeps like left and right. It's gonna be mayhem. It's gonna be insane. This market's gonna be absolutely nuts. So we gotta. I think what the three of us need to do. I know. So we're funded. 3 of us funded. We gotta start putting limit profits in because of these liquidation moves. They happen a lot.
I do pretty much all of my trades, but what I do typically is I'll put a take profit where like my unrealistic brain is like, oh, I want it to go here, and I'm putting this is a catch knife. Take profit. That's way down there, and then I'm just following it down. I'm like, and then I have a line down there. I'm like, okay, if it gets like if this knifes, and I'm gonna catch that, knife on the way down. I'm like, I can't. So I'm just like, I've got this down there. It's my unrealistic profit target, and then I'm watching it as it's going down in my favor, and so like I have that down there. I'm like, okay, I'm only losing 10% if I take it here versus if I let it try to get down there and risk it going against me. So it's kind of like dynamically setting a mental stop or take profit along the way. Just as I watch it going against me, like, okay, this is basing out. Like, it's not going to go to my, I wanted like 40 cents. It's not going to get there.
Yeah.
So I'm watching it going against me, and I have a mental, or I have a hard take profit way down there at what I want. And then as I'm watching it, and assessing it, I'm adjusting my profit targets mentally. I'm like, okay, it's not going to get there. I'm just going to take it off.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. That's like dynamic scaling in and out, sizing, and I agree. I mean, that's very important. I know, Fade, you do that too, don't you?
Yeah. I was going to ask you, how do you feel about like how many positions do you tend to work? Are you just like a focus on one at a time? Are you working several trades at a time? Like how do you go?
It depends on the day. So when
Yeah.
I was on C Pro, I really only did one trade at a time because I was really hotkey based, and the
Mm-hmm.
hotkeys I had set up was only like to get in and out of one trade. And if I would have taken more trades, it would have just gotten me out of all of them anyway. So I was only doing one trade at a time. I'm still mostly, I think, one trade at a time. But if there's a bunch going on, there's a bunch that are up to 300%,
Mm-hmm.
and I'll let some of those work.
Yeah.
And like if it's slowed down a lot, it's going to my favor. I'm like, okay, let me take some of it off, leave it there, and I'll go work, and I'll go like try to find something else. So I think most of the time
Slowly
I'm
drag.
one trade at a time, but if I have something that's gone in my favor quite a bit, and it's slowed down, it's still looking heavy, then I'll leave it on for a bit and adjust and set a pretty tight stop. I'm like, okay, this has already gone in my favor like 50 cents.
Yeah.
I'll take part of it off, and then my stop loss is my entry, and I'm not going to give any of it back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'll let it go, and if it goes against me, I at least took something.
Right.
And you were telling me Fades about that earlier with PepG, just like hit it, you like hit it and hit it and hit it if it looks heavy against a certain level, and your risk is so tight.
Mhm.
But if it does work out, I mean, you're making bank on that
Yeah.
play, right? Yeah,
Yeah. It didn't. It ended up dropping. I mean, it would have gave you the 10 cents to get like. It gave us
yeah.
like that little 10 cent, but then it kind of wicked back up on
Yeah,
us.
yeah, I stopped out of that one, but in the case that it does work, like I agree with you.
Exactly. Yeah, you see what I'm
Yeah.
saying with that though.
Yeah.
It's
Like
definitely like I feel like that definitely works, but I feel like on TTP that's especially for stop loss or for small caps, that's so tough for me. Like sizing into something that's gone in my favor and then trying to get 10 cents on it
right. Yeah. So
because your entry
that's
gets lower.
yeah. So that's why exactly. That's why I always am preaching: take your profit, eat the fee, and restart. Like just restart this position. Like once I get my 10 cents, like if I'm worried about it, if it's like a lower price stock, I take it off immediately and then re-smack it immediately. But here again lies the problem. Now we have new rules to deal with, and I don't even know if I can do that.
Yeah, because you might get hit with the 8% rule or because
So that's
it's
the
on
thing.
in your
It's like I'm
favor.
having to constantly adjust my strategies here, and now we have this new curveball. So yeah, it's going to be a little trickier going forward. My initial process was just take my 10 cents and then immediately re-smack it. So then I'm not worried about.
But you can't really re-smack it anymore, essentially. Probably not.
Yeah,
You
so
get hit with
you almost have to like.
See,
But
that's
then
the
you're
thing.
risking so much if you like take that size at the beginning and then scale out of it. But then like you're risking so much on that initial trade.
Yeah, So what I would do is I would add smaller size, and then my stop's going to be lower as well, depending on what the chart's looking like. So I wouldn't go right back in with the same position size.
I
And
wonder.
like,
I'm curious. Maybe this is a question like I can ask in the Discord or something. But if you take if you have an entry into something that's perfectly acceptable to trade, right? It's not moving down, or you're not chasing. Can you add to it? That's not like your entry is not chasing, but then you
right,
add
that's
to
what
it
I need to
that is
know.
kind of chasing, but
That's
is
also
that
what I need
acceptable?
to
Because like
know.
the halt
Like,
rule you can add, right? You just can't enter.
yeah, I believe so. See, that's what I want to know as well. And it sucks that they don't validate it immediately because it's like, yeah, we need to know those answers. So, our initial entry, I'm assuming obviously the rule reflects for that, like with the volume and the volatility. But if we're adding and we're scaling in each
Yeah.
scale in, does it have to acknowledge that too? And
Yeah.
that's a whole nother question. Like, that's a big question, right?
Yeah. I might post that in their Discord and ask, or in their
I'll be
platform.
writing support about it for sure.
Yeah. Just like, because I think if you like your initial entry, maybe it only applies there.
Hopefully.
Yeah. Because then you can still like work that strategy where you scale into something. But I've always had such a hard time like scaling into it because I hate lowering my average when I'm short, and
Yeah.
that hurts. Like I'm like, and it comes back up to my new
Mhm.
entry level. I'm like, oh no,
And you
where it's
give
like
the
it's still
proper
probably
cue.
fine, but like mentally I'm not fine.
Yeah, Kevin talks about that same thing too. And that's where I like to
Yeah.
dive into smaller time frames and tunneling a little bit. Like you said, most of the time you're working one trade. I agree with that. I
Yeah.
agree with, focusing in if one trade's if she's treating you well, then stay with her, right? It's just marrying one trade that's not working with you is when it's problematic.
Yeah.
But if you can
I
trade one ticker all day that's working out and make a killing, if it's
Yeah,
working.
I don't ever stay on one ticker, but like I did kind of focus on BIF today, but which worked
Check.
out pretty well. But I'm not
Yeah,
usually
it did
sticking
work
on
out.
one the whole day, but just
Yeah.
one at a time. I usually have like on my main or on the TGP, I'm usually looking at a 5 minute chart, and then in Trading View, I have a 1 minute and a 10 second.
Mhm.
There you
And that 10
go.
second, I pretty much use like as my level two. So I
Yeah.
feel like you get such a good view of like what's actually happening
Oh yeah.
on
I
those
love
like
those second charts. Like people
yeah
preach against them, but when you're an active trader and you're making like 10, 20, sometimes me 50, 100 trades in one day,
yeah
like that's the data, that's the stuff I need to go off of. And that's why I'm keeping an open mindset about this volume rule because what does it mean? It means I'm going to be staring at the tape all day. And
yeah.
that's not such a bad thing.
So what you see? So yes, I'm using a 5, a 1, and a 10 second. What time frames are you guys trading on?
So I flip through like 15-second, 30-second, 1 minute, 5 minute. I'm in pretty short term, so I'm sticking to smaller time frames really. But
I
you
think
need to
it's
have that bigger.
really important
You
in the
need to look.
mornings. In the mornings, I adhere to a 5 day time frame. I really don't talk about it much, but it's for
5.
me, it's very important. I look at the last 5 days, and I have the yearly chart pulled up on a daily monitor. So I want to see what this ticker's done the last 5 days. For the hangover specifically, right, Fades? Because this is what we're looking for. I want to see what this ticker's done the last 5 days, and I want to see what it's done yearly, as in like a month, 2 month, 3 months ago. Has it made a similar move relative to today? And that's for pre-market analysis, Byron. That's very important for me. I want to in the mornings I do the 5 day, and then I will because I study cinematic arts, and they would say like we kind of like start zoomed out and then zoom in essentially. So
Mhm.
we start zoomed out, and then we get to the specifics. So the specifics would be like the daily or the intraday. Essentially, I'd go from the 5 day yearly down to essentially when I'm going to start trading. Now I've done the analysis. Now I want to look at the day of, and let's see what the action is going to bring today. But outside of that, I zoom it far out and then kind of zoom in on the day, if that makes sense.
Mhm.
Just zooming in.
Does
Yeah.
not work for my ADHD.
Yeah, yeah. I mean yeah. I mean, it's certainly we all do trading
I'll
degens. As Fade said, I trade some days I trade 25, 50, 100, 200, 500,000 trades.
Yeah. Yeah.
since like I've seen you do that, I've started like I will pull up I'll like swap and look over at a 4 hour and then maybe a 1 day if it's something hasn't moved recently enough that the 4 hour chart doesn't even pick it up. So like
Yeah.
even of the 4 hour, I've noticed like I can typically see like if something pumps and dumps pretty regularly, you can see it pretty well on the 4 hour chart. And then if like it's not, if it's something that's even slower than that, and I have to zoom out to a day, but that's about the farthest I ever go. At least for like, because like I think I was just looking. I think like my average on my original funded and my scale, my average time in trades is 14 minutes on both. So I'm not sitting. I'm not typically sitting in a whole long time, but like I'm not scalping hundreds of trades a day over here.
Yeah.
I think I'm like on average right now. I'm like 15, 20 trades a day.
I think that's a pretty
Okay.
good to be.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, what do you think on that too, Fades, as far as time frames? I mean, when you start your pre-market analysis, where are you starting with it?
Yeah, I like the idea too, like the 5 day, because especially now that we've gotten into the hangovers and keeping up with that list, like I always talk about having that bird's eye view of like what's been hot, like what's the past few runners, what are they looking like, and that kind of gives us a general idea of what the market is like, right?
We have such an edge. I know that it's not like a sexy topic, but it's a profitable conversation. I want to
Mhm.
know what was running 3, 4, 5 days ago, because
Yeah.
for me, I know that there's long stuck in it, and I want to ride that thing on down. It's highly
Mhm.
profitable. We've seen it. That's been evidenced over and over and over again. So it's just it's part of the edge here. Like come Monday, I know we're going to be looking at, like, you have the Webull scanner. Let's look at the last week. Last week, what were the hot runners? We can
Mhm.
still focus on what are the hot runners come Monday, but where we're at right now with our edge is what we're going to do. Likely, at least what I'm going to do is size them smaller than the
Yeah.
shorts from last. Like I may hit them still, but they're going to be a smaller size dynamically versus the hangovers from last week that end up working out like a higher majority of the time for me.
Yeah, and I was thinking about this too, and another not sexy topic, right? But you're funded now, and it's been a long journey, and the last thing you want to do is spiral, or there's a lot of pressure, right? So what do you need to do? Size down, like size even smaller than you want, like maybe not to the C Pro days that small, but like size down, bro. Because like you said, like you take a couple trades and the psychology starts to get to you, like this is a funded count, drawdown, so definitely just, yeah, very small size going into the next week for
I
sure.
was
Well, I
like,
appreciate that. Yeah, thank you for the words of wisdom. Yeah, I was today's accuracy was awful. I was 1 for 5, but down $50. So I mean, I'll take it. I let the one winner work. PepG, I tried to let work. I could have been green today, but I was like, you know what? I'm not trading for the profit. I'm trading for like the big picture. This is
Exactly.
I think PepG is gonna fade, and it didn't, and that's
Mm,
okay. It didn't fade. It is what it is. I'll hit it again Monday. I took a small loss. We'll move
yeah,
on.
and that's how you win, man. A $50 loss, like that's a good day.
Yeah, I'm
That's a
fine
good
with it. Like I said, I'm happy with that. It doesn't make me moody at all. I stuck with my rules. If I had
day.
broken my rules, I would have been pissed off today, but I didn't. And I've
Mhm.
certainly broken the rules plenty of times in the past, and
Yeah.
it's not fun. And again, on the max, breaking the rules, you can only lose minus 250. Except, well, I'll throw this in there for free. There were a couple times like, you know. All right, I'm fully transparent, guys. So there were a couple, like the QMMM was a disaster day. I was up like 200 on the day, so you can lose 250 max, but you can also lose all the profits you've made on the day. So
yeah,
that's
it's
what
not
happened with me.
250 off of your current level. It's
Yeah,
250 on top of
That
what
day
you've already made.
sucked, Byron, because I was like, "Ooh," I was salivating over QMM. I mean, that thing was up from 8 to 100. I was like, "I'm gonna smack it with a measly 15 shares." I looked back at my data. I mean, I smacked it with 15 shares and immediately lost like $400 or $500 on it. I mean, the thing is just squeezed straight up.
That burned me a lot when I first was working. I think my first couple evals before I got
Yeah.
funded was that I'm like, okay, I'm up like $400 on a flex account and my max loss is 500. And I'm like, I have $400 of wiggle room.
Yeah.
Plus another 500.
Yeah, and then I'm like, oh, now I'm down 900, I guess, and it's a max loss day.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's why I always preach, and I wish I could always follow what I preach, right? If we could do that.
Yeah.
Oh
But
yeah,
it's like only give so much back and then walk away.
Size down. You're up 800. It's like size down. That's why maybe we'll get you in here, Byron, for some of these morning streams because it keeps you accountable. It's like let's start like we're up our queue. Why are we sizing up? Like size down a little bit to preserve that capital.
I'd say like
You know,
some of the best trading days I've had are the days that I've primarily traded while you guys were on stream, and like I'm like seeing like you guys, I'm saying it's like seeing similar setups. I'm seeing like okay, like I'm gonna take similar trades, but then I like some of the worst days I had were the days where I trade like I hit max loss before you guys are even awake, like.
Or you're
like,
yeah, exactly. The same thing happened for me. Like I was on a good streak on stream, and then we didn't stream one day, and I had a blow up day, and it's like it just happens so quick, man.
yeah, we were venting to each other
so fast, dude.
Yeah, I mean, my blowups were off stream too. Like the Monday, I was grinding for that dollar. That freaking.
That's why I was joking. Yeah, I was joking
the
earlier. Right. Yeah, saying it's like that's why we stream so we don't blow up because we can't blow up in front of you guys. Like we got to hold ourselves accountable. It really does.
Yeah, you can't.
No one wants to watch you blow up.
Well, you can't be
no one wants to watch
like
someone lose $900 in a a day.
Right. You just
they might actually. That's
well, I mean, it's
it might be how we gain traction here.
yeah.
I'm gonna start blowing accounts for fun.
Just blowing accounts for views.
Well, there are certainly traders out there that do that for clicks, but that's not here. We're very serious here. Yeah, it happens off stream. Like I'm less accountable. I get loosey goosey essentially. I'm like, well, I don't have a stream watching me, and so I'm less accountable. But it helps. It helps to be on stream and trading alongside you guys in the green team. I think we can all be held accountable. It works well.
I gotta take off. I got an early morning tomorrow. But thanks for
you stayed on here for a good while. I appreciate it.
Good to see your face. Perfect fall, and it's been a pleasure training with you guys. For sure.
I will see you guys on Monday.
Perfect fall. Appreciate you. Thank you. Have a good night. We'll see you Monday. Yeah, that was great. Perfect fall. Awesome. Yeah, let us know, chat. Show some love to Perfect Fall. He's been a part of the group for a while, and
awesome,
appreciate him coming on here tonight to share some of his wisdom and show his chart. Show us how he's been doing. Yeah, that was great, Fades. It's encouraging to hear from him that even him like being a part of this, like this stream's making a difference.
Yeah,
for sure, dude. For him, like
I was trying to remember when I found the stream personally. Like, I can't even remember, but I realized I'm like, this dude is trading on the same platform as me, the same strategies as me. I'm like, he's like my twin. He's like my twin.
Dude, we're going to have so much fun in a few weeks.
Yeah.
October 15th, a karaoke night. I'm memorizing this VWAP song.
I know those songs. Yeah, I'm ready.
I'm ready. We're going to get up there together.
Oh, my God.
Oh, man. It's going to be too much fun. Hopefully, we're not too plastered. They'll record and post it all. I'll never be able to run for office.
Someone's got to record this,
yeah. So, man, I mean, that's very encouraging to hear from him. He's been doing, working these successfully, being a part of the stream, and I know we have too. I'm excited for Monday. I'm excited that today, cap the loser small. Honestly, like I couldn't really get anything going today, Faze. Was there any ticker that that you had work? I mean, the MGM I think worked, but I was late to the party there. I couldn't
Yeah, it
really get
was a
involved with it.
choppy day. It was a choppy day. I ended up small red myself and just kind of,
Okay.
yeah.
Just whatever, move on to Monday. We got it
Hmm.
Monday. And that's
Yeah,
great discipline. Honestly, I'm happy with us. I'm proud of us that
right.
we're capable of doing that because when you have the freedom and flexibility to just trade as much as you want, like most newer traders are going to take that opportunity to just sit here and keep smacking buttons. But
Exactly.
we've shown a lot of experience. I mean, I looking back, I wish we would have gotten C pop. I was, sharing with the wife. I was sharing with the wife. I was like, man, Fades and I, like, we are tuned into this market. We
Yeah.
got that telepathy going on because we were on C pop right like the minute before that offering came out.
Hmm.
We were right on that play. I mean, we were on it. We are dialed in. I feel good. Like we're even though we missed it, we're dialed in.
Yeah,
We're seeing these
dude.
plays.
Yeah, this is great, man. This is awesome, and I'm really proud of you, bro, and happy for you. Uh, yeah.
Likewise, likewise. So you got the funded, you got the 50K flex. You're working
Hmm.
towards getting funded. What else you
Yeah.
got going on?
Yeah, I got my 25K funded. Got the 50K flex. I'm working. I got like about a grand in profit there.
Okay.
So I got some more to work. Yeah, I tried to hit it too hard this week. Like I said, I mean, I was just a little too aggressive. Like I make so much so quick, and then I got to learn to, I've analyzed myself this week and overstaying my welcome. It's just the classic greed, right? It's
Yeah.
like, yeah. So I got to work on that. Just taking the predictable piece, right? Because if I just stick to that and move on, and that's the thing, I'm just so ambitious. Like I'm like, I
Hmm.
always, but I have to realize that predictable piece, and then just avoiding the traps, right? The market's always trying to lure us in, whisper in our ear, trick us. But it's like we take those
We saw a
setups and
lot of
figure
traps
out.
this week. We saw a lot of traps this week. It was difficult. Yeah, like the C pop trap comes to mind. That was a nasty. That was one of the nastier traps I've seen. I mean, I wasn't involved with it yesterday. I think that trap happened.
Mhm.
Yeah, that was a nasty
Yeah,
trap.
there was definitely some shorts blew up this week, big time.
Big
Yeah,
time. I
got a
mean,
little choppy. Like we had a lot of momentum, but then it started to get a little choppy. Bulls got rowdy, Warriors pumped, and it's a battlefield out here, man.
it's a battlefield. Get your armor on because the Warriors are ready. They're swinging hard. Easy come, easy go, as Bob pointed out.
Yep.
We got a sizable audience in here tonight. Appreciate you guys tuning in to the Friday night live stream. We're just going over this week. I mean, we're degenerate traders. We just can't stop. I hate the weekends.
I know,
I
bro.
was telling the wife, man, like I'm living the dream, bro. I mean, like eat red day, green day, whatever. Like, pursuing this with you, Fades, and the green team. It's the dream. I mean, it's absolutely the dream. It's more than what I could ask for. I love what we do, doing this together.
That's awesome, dude. Yeah, I agree.
Uh, I mean,
100%.
it's just absolutely the dream. So, I mean, I love it, and I want to see everybody in here get funded. That's not yet. And honestly, if you're newer, I mean, ask questions. We're happy to help. Fades and I, like, we've been through pretty much all of what. I mean, is there anything we haven't been through? We've experienced like all the pain you can essentially go through in trading.
Yeah,
There's not much we haven't gone through.
yeah. There's
We've
there's a lot of value with these streams. Like I always talk about,
yeah.
like, just when you did it by yourself, there was a lot of value. I'd go back and watch them, and like now I can go back and watch us and reflect on it, and like
Yeah.
I know it helps you guys out because it helps us out, and yeah, it's like it doesn't have to be a lonely journey. At the end of the day, I can't trade for Kevin, and Kevin can't trade for me, but we can help each other out and hold each other accountable, and like that can be the difference in success and failure at the end of the day. Like,
Yeah, it can certainly be a lonely journey. I mean, especially like if you're just doing this, like you're waking up and you're by yourself, you're trading like alone. trying to pursue this dream, and like you have red days and you got to wait, multiple
Hmm.
days to recoup that and whatnot.
Yeah,
That is
it can get
so lonely. That is
I've
so
been
lonely.
through, yeah, I've been through the deepest, darkest pits with that, with just lonely drawdowns, and like I talked about, multi-day, multi-week, month tilt. It can get really dark. So, just don't do it alone, guys. Speak up if you got anything to say, chat, want to talk, want to get it off your chest, like whatever it is.
I
Like,
think I recall like watching one of your videos a year or two ago, maybe after after you went hard on that CMEG trade, and
mhm.
it was just but you were still coming out with videos, and you were just pursuing still excellence, and just a troubling time, a period in your life that was challenging. So
Mhm.
that's admirable. It's difficult. I mean,
Yeah,
again, like.
trading will make you a man. It'll beat you up. It'll break you down. It'll
Mhm.
it'll make you a much stronger person at the end of the day. Um,
Yeah, it
yeah.
it can. That if you get back up, right? Like
Hmm.
we've seen story after story of those who don't get back up, or those who, like lose way too much and pull the plug. I mean, there's
Right.
some crazy stories out there, man. There's some
Yeah, and it's like
crazy stories out there.
living with that, living with that trauma or pain or whatever, and like your friends and family have to deal with it and stuff. Like there's some just massive horror stories. It's like, and that's why we know all that, and we have our own horror stories, and that's why we have to just battle ourselves every day essentially, and stick to the plan and stick to the process. And you know
Yeah, I can recall like 7, 8, 9 years ago, like just blowing up accounts and those small accounts, and I just recall like because I was pretty persistent with coming out with videos every day. I mean, I got over 1,000 videos on my channel doing this, and I just recall the trading community all like when you come out with that content, those videos, the trading community relates so heavily to it, and
yeah.
they would all come together, and it would just be such. I mean, as terrible of a moment as it would be all additionally like a beautiful time and
Hmm.
moment just to see how all these people that can relate to this moment that they've
Hmm.
broken their rules, they've done
Feel
something
heard.
stupid.
Right.
Uh, they come together and give you words of encouragement. That's what I love about the trading community. I mean, the trading community is something very special in that we
Yeah,
all have experienced
I
a
think.
very
Yeah,
similar thing.
I think that's very key too, to open up about trading. And because it's with anything in life, right? If you just bottle it up and you don't talk it out, you don't let it out, you just bottle up all that pain, all that trauma, like all the bad decisions, like it's not a good thing. So being able to have our little therapeutic talks or send our little voice notes, and or guys that get in chat
Yeah,
and say, I blew up today, this is what happened, guys. Like, just let it out, just put it out there, get it off of your chest, like let it out of yourself.
I didn't
And
realize how therapeutic it was, but yeah, venting to you. I mean, like I'll just send you those voice memos, like on Monday. I'm like, I'm so tilted, dude. I need to get this off my chest. It was helpful, so I appreciate you listening.
mhm. Yeah, you
Because
likewise, bro.
it was awful. It was awful. Yeah. Yeah, so Bob and Emmanuel and Keith jumping out of skyscrapers. Yeah. I mean, that's certainly that's happened. And everything under the sun has happened. Learned about shorting through my investing club. I've learned a lot from them as well, Emmanuel.
Oh,
Uh, of what I
fantastic.
mean, I've studied from all of them. Everybody out there, I've studied from them all. And shorting certainly, I was naturally gravitated towards longing as well because again, like naturally, I do think human behavior is fairly similar across the board with all of us. Like we want to naturally root for companies to succeed. That's how
Hmm.
most traders start out. Like I don't I don't hear more I don't hear of a lot of stories phase where like traders start out like I want to short everything.
Right, right. Yeah.
You don't hear that often. It's
No.
most traders want to go long. They're not like F all these companies, they're all getting delisted. Uh yeah. So I mean, but then as your story as your journey progresses, you realize that most of these companies are going to get delisted, and they all need your capital and they're all looking for investments and you shorting. Yeah. So shorting, I'm very much more comfortable now, Emmanuel. I'm actually getting nervous pressing the long button these days.
Yeah, right. Because we have so much pain over the years of like, I mean, I made a bunch of my first money long, right? Like, of course, I
Hmm.
started long, but yeah, I just realized that like I got tired of getting dumped on and getting manipulated on, and realizing like, man, I'm buying this ticker, like it's going up, but I know it's a scam, like it stinks, like I don't trust it though, like so it just became so much more optimal once I did my DD and realized that I could short and I could bet against stocks. And I'm like, for the longest time, I'm like, I should get into that, but I never did. And then I finally took that leap. I realized how lucrative it was. I've told my horror story about how I 10x my account in like 2 weeks and then blew it all in, one trade. But I realized the power of shorting, and I really haven't looked back because, like I talk about, you know, you can make a bunch of money shorting. Like, there's this false belief, like, oh, you'll never make that much shorting because the math, right? Like, there's endless gains with longing, but there's
Hmm.
endless losses with shorting. But as you've seen with my charts and my data and many others, like shorting can be very lucrative. Like on these little prop firms, you can put $100 into an eval, you can get it funded, and you can make hundreds of dollars a day shorting, like or more, and with managed risk. And y'all have seen that on streams with us. Like we've displayed that over the past few weeks of consistency, and I just love it. Like we talk about, it's sweat free. We're not predicting. We're not seeing chat rooms. What do they got going on? We're not keeping up with Warriors. We're seeing what's going on. Like what's the market presenting itself, and which leads into Atbolt. I think he changed his name to Uzo Trades now. But he asked another question earlier. I think he said, "Fades, what's your favorite setup?" And at this point, I mean, my favorite setup is waking up in the morning and seeing several stocks up a couple 100%. That's my favorite setup because I know there's going to be some meat to pick that day, right? And so, I mean, I love to see that. But besides that, 4 o'clock trading, which is complex now with the new rules, which I'll adjust to. But 4 o'clock, I know I can show up right there at 4, look at the scanner, and see fresh little piglets pumping on like no news or scam news or whatever. And after hours tends to be a lot more bearish. So I have a lot of success after hours, especially now that we have stops like we talked about earlier with our friend Fall. Now we can utilize those stops and pre and post and really make it happen.
So
A little long winded there.
no, you're good, man. I loved it. Keith, I think you need to lean on one of the max evals. Again, I mean, I have the tendency too to go tilt mode. I did it a few times and could have blown up had I not have had that 250 max loss. And my equity curve looks great, Keith. So yours can as well. I think you should go max and trade your edge and those one or two, 3 times during the month or whatever that you go on tilt, you'll be fine because you have that max loss in place. The thing is, with a lot of brokerage firms, they have a max loss, but they're not going to auto liquidate you. So, we will have a tendency at that point to allow the loss to grow bigger, larger than anticipated. And so,
Mhm.
but with TTP, that's not a viable option. It's going to liquidate you. You're going to get auto liquidated, and that has saved me, Fades. I mean, it really
Yeah,
has. It's been nothing but nothing short of a
yeah,
good thing for me.
and that's a key component, and that's not something that we like to accept, right? Like with our
Mhm.
ego selves. And me, I have a very hard problem, like a hard time accepting that sometimes, that max loss. But at the end of the day, it's what saves us, like we keep talking about, because we can make so much in one day. So how much can we lose in one day, right? To stay level headed, to stay profitable, to not go into multi-day tilt. And that's really the key. Like it's capital preservation is above all in this game.
Mm.
Like when you want to look at it, the reality of survival We can fantasize big payouts and profit and all this and that, but if we're talking about survivability and long term, like we're preserving our capital, right? So we have to cap our max losses, and that's why I'm very proud of Kevin, because he's great about that. He never hits over and keeps trading. If he's done, he's done. He accepts it. He puts his pride and his ego at the door, and he says it's fine. This is the process. Like, it's just one day, and that's trader maturity. Like, that's how you evolve and become profitable, when you stick
Yeah,
with
I
that.
mean, I didn't always have that fades. I appreciate you saying that. Yeah, and there is an urge to put that aside. I mean, I will mention that because there are times. I mean, because
It always
I'm
will be.
very right. I always do admit that you never make it. You're always making it. There are emotions there. Like I do want to have a green day, right? I do want to have a green day, and I really like want to trade to get there. But now I have the maturity to know if the edge is not there, if the positive EV is not presenting itself, don't. I mean, just don't involve yourself in the risk, right? Don't
Hmm.
involve yourself in the risk if the positive EV is not presenting itself.
Yeah.
And you're doing extremely well with that too. One thing I will say you're doing like excellent at is sizing appropriately with the conviction on certain setups.
Hmm.
You've been nailing that. Like there on certain setups that you know work a higher majority of the time than not, you're sizing heavier on, and you're doing an excellent job of that.
Yeah, for sure. That's what I've realized too. Like, I feel like I've been really polished in my trading, and it's just yeah, not over trading. Like, thinking like the casino. What
Yep,
are the odds in my favor? Like I always preach about, how much is a stock up? Like, how much meat is on the bone? And just gauging it off that, right? And then just respecting price. And unfortunately, this week, we what we preach became a problem again. The over bias, these offering pumps. It's just the offering pumps, and they just hold up and strong, 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 and it's like
that's ridiculous.
it's
Especially after the C pop.
tough,
C
right?
pop came out with the offering, and that thing just tanked.
Right,
And then
yeah,
you got Pep G with the offering.
yeah,
That thing's holding up.
yeah. So at the end of the day, price action is king. It really is, and yeah, it can be it can be brutal when you're convicted on some of these plays, and it's not
So
making any.
Emmanuel, I know you're transitioning into the small caps as well. So and I know you're watching some of the content fades and I were thrown out there. Yeah, I would suggest focusing more on like just the easier backside plays, because if you get involved with like the BIAFs of the world today, it's just it can be like the feast or famine. It
Mhm.
almost like when you're fades. I mean, it's almost like this. It's like when you're right, you're very right, and when you're wrong, you're very wrong. That's how some of those plays can be. But when you're focused backside, it's less of that. It's just if you're wrong, you're
Paper
break even
cut.
nearly. Paper
Yeah.
cut, right? It's almost like a ride or ride out mentality with a lot of the backside plays, and that's how Pep G was
Yeah.
today. So I would say kind of tune into our pre market analysis and focus on some of the more backside plays versus just the leading gappers on the day because you're gonna have a lot of competition there with a ton of those warrior chat rooms.
Hmm. Yeah. 100%. King of the days are just tough.
They
If
are
you're gonna
tough.
trade, if you're gonna trade the top gainer, you just have to size way down, and there's not really a way around it. And don't let yourself like trick yourself into thinking, oh, I can make a lot of money, I need to size up in this, because that's just the trap. That's right where they want you. I said earlier that BIAF was just the market maker field day. Like, they're just going to steal a bunch of money from retail today, and that's just the veteran eye. It's like, we've seen this so many times. Like, we know that the king of the day is going to do that. Just chop around, wick out, stop, flush, sweep, rinse, repeat. Warriors, bears. Like, it's just it's It's painful, and it's like if you don't have the discipline to like take the max loss or stop trading around lunch, you're gonna find yourself trading that
Please
thing,
do that.
manipulate it out, and just go ahead and just pour your money in the MM's coffer. You know, and
Please do that on karaoke night. Please, you'll sing defense, defense, Warriors, Bears, Bulls. Yeah, go team, go.
yeah, one of us
Uh,
should dress up as a bear. The one's gonna be a warrior. What does a short dress up as? I don't even know. What is our personality like?
yeah, we're gonna be two bears. Yeah, there you go.
Oh,
Uh,
man.
I know, man. Like we're on it, and I think we were both like, talking to each other about the other day how we think off stream we would have gotten reckless on one of these other tickers, but on stream, dude, we had a mass, like it was unbelievable. We both had 500 plus day on a
Yeah,
day, and that
that was
could have
awesome.
gone that could have gone bad quick because there was one ticker that was just she was she, Emmanuel, this is a reference for you in Vegas since y'all got the legal prostitutes there. She was just working that corner, man, and she had that card out like, give me that call, come on, come on down. You might get some AIDS, but hell, come
God.
on down. And that was the ticker on the day. She was the hoe. Apologies for the reference. That's the only thing that
Mhm.
came to my degenerate mind. Um,
It's a good way to put it, though, and it's like she's not going to treat you well. Like you better be careful with her. Like you might have fun with her, but you might get burnt. Like it's a good way to put it.
I need another drink.
It
That
might
I
it,
mean,
it
that's
might feel good, but at the end, it might not end so good, right? Like the dopamine, the rush, it's fun, right? The king of the day is fun, thrilling,
the
but
queen
at
of the
the
day.
end, you
Yeah,
might be holding the bag, right?
yep, yep. You might get the chlamydia or whatever she's got going on. So that was that ticker. I mean, it was drawing us in, and we said, you know what? We're avoiding it. We're gonna move on and focus some other easier setups. Despite the fact that it was, dude, like there was great volume, great volatility. She was giving us all the signs, like, come on, come on. And
You're right.
we yeah, so I was that day, I know we've mentioned it several times. I was just very proud that we said, you know what, we're gonna focus elsewhere, and it ended up being a good
Mhm.
thing because that thing was, I mean, she was just straight up and down, like the stripper on the stripper pole. So ended
Yeah,
up working out good.
exactly, bro.
uh all, on that note, yeah, do you guys, Emmanuel, do you guys use any indicators?
I have the VWAP, the MACD, I have the EMA 9, and I believe the 20 on my charts. I feel like less is more for me
Hmm.
personally,
I'm right
but
there with you.
like
Yeah.
key support, resistance, VWAP is obviously important. The EMAs they help, MACD, but besides that, I mean, the fibs are interesting, but I feel like they're sometimes they're hard for me to chart. How do you feel about the fibs, Kev? Are you a fib guy?
I haven't really used them much. I haven't used a lot of the MACD much either. I mean, I've seen how it works very well. I tend to lean less is more as well. I tend to just focus euphoria, fear, and past chart support resistance, and intraday levels, like natural areas as well. So the like the dollar, the 5, the 10, the dollar is very important. The 20
Hmm.
cent magic areas.
Yeah,
The previous close is a huge one for me, Fades,
yeah, I hear you
because
talking about that a lot. Hmm.
mainly because of the hangovers and the previous 5 days. So
Right.
I want to see it hold under, the previous days close to maintain that red. So I don't use a lot. I mean, VWAP. I will use, and then high day, low day, previous close, and then open, close, just all the main things. Some of the EMAs, additionally, like the big ones, additionally for me, like the 200 on the
Mhm.
daily is a huge one for me.
Yeah, you hear that
It
200.
it I mean, it works so consistently. It's just I see it nonstop. I mean,
Mhm.
probably like 80-90% of the time fades or even more. I see these trades. They pop over that 200 day on Euphoria, and they almost always retrace the move and form that upper shadow against it and pull back down. I mean, almost always. It's
Mhm.
that one's tough because I do see it working such a high percentage of the time that I will be over convicted, and then the one time, of course, it doesn't work, I'm freaking sized up and blow up on that trade. But
Yeah.
minus 250 is all I lose. But yeah, those are the main ones I use. But I've seen how some of the other ones work. I will tell traders that less is more. I know newer traders do have a tendency to want to overcomplicate things. And they do, a lot of newer traders, they do want to find predictability in a lot of indicators. And I will say, your obsession with trying to find like the perfect indicator and strategy and whatever is what's going to cripple you, ultimately trying to find the perfect
Yeah.
strategy, because the best traders know that they don't need there's no indicator that's gonna be that crystal ball that's gonna say with 100% certainty this is what's gonna happen
Mhm.
with 100% predictability. There's no predict. I mean, the predictability is not there. There are stars that can align to make the setup have more positive EV in your favor, but ultimately your reaction is going to be the most important thing to what happens in trading. Your reaction to what the market does, and that's what separates the best traders from the worst. You have to react with clarity in the face of uncertainty. That's what separates the best from the worst. I
Mhm.
promise you, because there are funds, there are hedge funds, there are brokerages that have blown up on these QMMMs. There are people that have lost millions upon millions upon millions, and good traders fades. I know you know this. There are traders I've witnessed over the years that are good traders, and they lose hundreds of thousands of dollars that they gained in I mean, they blow up. They blow up because they're looking for they misstep one time. They look for the predictability, and this one time they just oversize leverage into one trade and it doesn't work out. So yeah, I will say, long-winded there, but just there are a few things I look at, but ultimately it's the main indicator I use is what are all the freaking FOMO warriors buying 3, 4, 5 days ago from Sykes chat room and
Mhm.
warriors and all that, and I'm shorting that stuff down. I mean, that's essentially my strategy. I mean, it's simple as that.
Yeah, that's been working out great for us, and it's going to continue to print until it doesn't. And I think another, I mean, like indicator when you want to talk about like the technicals and stuff like that. I think again one of the most important things is the tape, right? Like what is actually happening in the tape,
Yes,
and
objectivity.
that's why I'm not just like end of the world about this new rule because it forces you to really study the tape. And if you're not, if for some reason you don't usually look at the tape at all, you're going to be forced to now
Hmm.
with the rule, and that's not such a bad thing. It's not such a bad thing at all. So yeah, tape reading is very important, and I think that's as important as any indicator for sure.
Absolutely, the tape, because it's objectivity. I mean, you're
Price
reacting to
action.
what is, not what you want to predict. Like we went over that this morning with BIAF and some other plays. It's like, this could get volume and squeeze up and out, through the highs and whatnot, but there's no volume. So if we jump in it, we're predicting. I don't predict anymore. I don't. I used to do that. I don't do it anymore. That's gambling. I don't
Mhm.
know if it's going to get the volume. I want to see the price action. The price
Yeah.
action is king. That is what I'm reacting to.
Hmm.
I mean, that's trading with an edge. Otherwise, you're just gambling. MG posted Kevin's old video As far as probably you're referencing the previous clothesline on Thinkorswim, I have a script for that. So yeah, if you guys want to look that up on YouTube, probably on my channel, the previous clothesline, it's one that you can add, and it's very important. I use that one a lot. That's a level I'm very mindful of. Emmanuel posting some of his indicators that he uses. MACD, 5 and 9 EMA, Bollinger Bands.
Yeah, if you can't watch the tape, I just recommend a little smaller or a little longer term trading, right? Like you don't want to try to be scalping if you can't like look at the tape and level 2 and stuff. Like maybe holding for like 30 minutes or an hour, a couple hours, that would be fine. But if you're actively day trading, I definitely would try to be watching the tape for sure.
Yeah,
Especially with the rule, the new rule, you're gonna have to watch the tape so you know your volume.
yeah, so the volume on the last minute with the evals. You got to be mindful of that, traders. But outside of that, yeah, I mean, we're gonna wrap up this live stream soon. We've been going for 2 hours. It's been awesome. I mean, it's
Yeah,
been
dude,
awesome.
it's always fun, man.
We're such degens. Like the weekends we hate, right? I mean, we're just anticipating Monday morning. The weeks fly by.
Seriously, dude, where does time go? God.
I don't know. We're gonna be old before we know it. But hey, we'll be
Hopefully,
trading
I
in the
trade a
meantime.
rehab. Hopefully, we make enough off these endeavors to start that trader rehab, and we're gonna be kicking on the farm one day. James and Byron and the rest of the crew. And we'll be
Can
telling
you
Cam.
imagine, man? Can you imagine if we had an actual trader rehab farm? Like I mean, look, we can get. I'll message. I'm getting tight with the CEO, so I'll message him. I'll say, look, we gotta start distributing some funds for this trader rehab event
Yeah,
center and hotel, because all the traders are going to be trading with Trader Evolution, so that can pay for the overhead of this hotel. We can. It would be a dream, dude. It
we're
would
gonna
be a
go
dream.
viral. We'll have the social media campaign. We'll be on. We'll get it
Hmm.
going.
Where they wanna get into like mentorships too, and you would probably plug in well there. So maybe that's an avenue too in the future.
Yeah,
Assisting some, just other traders that are joining the program. So yeah, keep doing your thing, man. You're gonna be up there. We're living the dream, making moves.
yeah, it's awesome,
I'm
bro.
excited. We got a lot going on. We got a
For
lot
sure.
going on. I need that, dude. There's several shitty hotels around here that I would love to turn into a trader rehab facility. Like,
Dude, that'd be awesome, man.
dude, I would love it.
That's our goal, bro. That's our long term. That's our big picture.
Yeah, we'll brainstorm. We got a lot going on there.
Yeah.
I need this to happen. But Keith, I need to record my trades, see where my money's going. You feel like you've gotten possessed or something.
The over trading bug is what it sounds like.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Fade said it. You're over trading. It's
Yeah,
how.
it's really just you got to work on that awareness, the mindfulness, like all the woo woo wah wah, all that stuff. But it's true. You just got to zoom out and
Woo woo wah
really
wah. You part of some Indian tribe?
you got to meditate 10 minutes
Dude,
every morning before you
woo
trade.
woo wah wah. Yeah. The 10 minute.
But
Yeah.
yeah, that's just over. It's over trading until like I know exactly what you mean, bro.
Mm-hmm.
I get
Faze
it.
and I have been there.
I get it,
Faze and I.
dude. And then and the next thing you know, you hit max loss, and you're just like, what? You just like step up from your chair, like, wow, like I did that again.
Yeah, I did
It just,
that. Can't
yeah.
believe it.
So it's just so much of trading just comes back down to greed, right? Like every day we wake up and we want to make more money than we should. We got to be comfortable with just a a small green day and the base hits. Because like as long as we never break our oversizing rule, like that's what's going to ruin most of all accounts. That's what's going to blow pretty much every account is oversizing, and it's just what's going to happen. And it's you can hear it a million times over, but the psychology is just so intense, which is why you have to manage your risk from the get go with every trade and have a plan, have a
I,
max loss.
I do my best when I have the plan. It's like I know what I'm losing on this trade fades. I mean, that's the plan. When I have the plan, I'm good. As far as the loss side, where I'm risking outside of that, when I get loosey goosey on it, that's when things go south real quick.
Hmm.
Real quick, things go south.
Yeah, same, dude. Same. Yep. Sizing. Can't say it enough.
Well, I appreciate you being gracious with your time fades because we've been on here over 2 hours. And appreciate the green team, guys. We got to get some like green team merch going. I got to figure out how to get all this set up for some green team merch because the green team's growing. I mean, we got dude, this green team's getting green and greener and greener.
Yeah, dude. We got good vibes coming, man. It's been a fun couple
I
weeks.
mean, so many of us funded and just working the green. It's gonna be a great green week coming up next week.
Yeah, man. It was cool to get Fall on and interview with him. Or not interview. But
I
yeah,
mean, yeah,
it was fun, man. It's
he
fun.
was he was awesome. I mean,
Cool.
he just took the mic and controlled it and did very well. It's like he's got his own podcast going or something in the background because
He's dialed in.
he's
He's dialed
dialed
in.
in. He's got the pro setup going on over
Say
there.
no more, say no less. He's dialed in.
Yeah, yeah. I admire and respect those like you and him who don't have you don't have like the YouTube channels or the
Hmm.
affiliations or whatever. You're just grinding. Like you wake up, you're alone. Like before we were doing this together. I mean, you're by yourself trading.
Yeah, dude.
I
It
mean,
can. Yeah.
relying on the day by day and those trades. I
Mhm.
mean, that's a I mean, I was there 2 years ago. I mean, it's a lonely place to be by yourself. So I
Yeah.
certainly don't want you to be there by yourself. It can get dark. I
Yeah,
want
especially through the lows. I mean, obviously the highs are not so bad, right? But the
right.
lows can be pretty bad. Like when yeah, like nothing's ever guaranteed in this industry, right? Like we're our own worst enemy, our biggest hero, and we have to live with ourselves then each day, each trading session. So again, awareness. It all just comes back to awareness. Like, do we want to keep making the same mistakes, or do we want to grow and develop? And it's a ever going journey, guys, and it's a pleasure to do it with y'all. And
Yeah.
yeah,
We're gonna I'm fully committed to making sure everybody in here is green funded, so we're gonna do everything we can. I certainly am. Uzo Trades, OBS is great, and you were going to ask about yeah. Well, this is actually EV Mux. EV Mux is it's like a OBS. You were going to ask about merch. I mean, if there's enough interest, I'll start working on some Green Team stuff. I need to, anyways. Some Green Team stuff going on, some hats and shirts and whatnot, because I need to rep this, especially for this October karaoke night. I need to rep some Green Team merch. So if there's enough interest there, I'll get that going. But outside of that, guys, good work. I mean, it's going to be a long weekend for me. I'm anticipating Monday morning, man. I'm ready. Come on, Monday. We need that 24/7 trading going on.
hey man, you're good, bro. You've been working hard. It's a marathon. Conservative, slow and steady is going to win that race, brother. Slow and steady is going to win that race, and um, yeah, man,
Yeah.
that's it.
Well, I appreciate it. Traders. I'll get to work on the green team merch. Sounds like there's some interest there. And guys, let's keep the profits rolling. We did well the last month with the account. I'll pop that up one more time. we just had the wave going on here. Just slow and steady wins the race, as Fade said. We don't want to hit home runs. We want to just go slow and steady. It's not sexy, but it is profitable. We want to make sure that we're just putting in that nice wave. So I'm fairly proud of that max account.
As you
I'm
should
gonna.
be. Keep it up,
I
man.
appreciate that. Yeah, we're gonna keep that up. Proud of you, Fades. You're doing extremely well, and we're doing well together. Iron sharpens iron. Here we are. So come Monday, Fades and I are going to hit it off Monday morning. We're going to be here ready to trade, and we're going to be diving into some pre-market analysis, and we're going to be ready to rock and roll and working some of these hangovers come Monday. Fades, last word goes to you, sir.
That's it, guys. It's been fun kicking it, hanging out. Thanks, Brian, for hopping on. Thanks, everybody in chat. It's awesome hanging out with all you guys, and look forward to Monday. Think over, reflect on the week, and let's get back at it. Get some rest.
Let's get it. Have a great weekend, all.